This is one of the most important videos that I can film, and that's how do you utilize and maximize the airport. Airport trips can be one of the most blessed things for a rideshare driver, or it can be a trap. And it was a trap for me for a long time. Now, first of all, let me make clear, every airport is different. So look up, Google your local airport regulations, okay? And also notice that if you stick around and you don't have the proper licensing in the geofence, you will get ticketed and you won't get pings, okay? So that's something that we talk about in another course, but very important to keep that. Now, how do we maximize it? Well, if your airport is further away from where you live, that's a really good thing. So you can get long pickups there. But so going to the airport is awesome and easy, and oftentimes in the morning, those are prime times. But the trap where people fall into is picking people up from the airport. There's a lot of drivers out there who aren't creative, who aren't thinking critically like you are, who's watching this video, and they just sit around in the airport. And Uber, and some cities, Lyft has something called the queue. The queue is basically when the first one there, they put you in this kind of digital line, and basically whoever needs the ride, the next person gets in. And I've seen the queue up to 100 people, 96 people in Minneapolis, St. Paul, and we're not even the big market. 96 people sitting around. I have no idea where they're hiding because they're not supposed to be there, waiting around for a ride. And that is a waste of your time. Do not be that guy unless you're a person who's full-time and you're happy to sit in your car, and maybe you're working on a master's degree online and you can work in your car. Man, that's awesome. Do that. Now, if you're just trying to make money when you work and you're not wanting sitting around, don't do that. Now, a while ago, I dropped someone off and I was like, man, I drove all the way over to the airport. I don't want to go back. And I'm not very far from the airport, but some of you, taking a trek out of the airport is a long trip, and going back empty miles is not worth it. So you got to figure out, should you drive back or should you wait? Now, in this certain circumstance I'm thinking in my mind, I dropped this family off and I waited around and I looked at the queue and I was in the top 5. I was like, that's awesome. I'm in the top 5 queue. I'm going to get one. My general rule of thumb is if there's 20 people or less in the queue, I'm going to wait around. Okay. And I often get Lyft rides more than Uber, and you can play around with them and have both apps and figure out which one will get you the best results. But 20 or less is usually my rule of thumb. And in this case, I was waiting around for a while and I finally got to number 1 in the queue. I'm like, I'm 1 in the queue. This is awesome. 30 minutes later, I finally get a ring. 30 minutes later, I finally get a ring. It was terrible. What did I mess up? Now, I did not know the flight schedule. So this is what I'll say. Get the app Flight Aware. And there's many other flight apps that are free. Look at your Minneapolis or wherever you're at, LAX, look at your flight schedule, and right when you drop your passenger off, don't leave, stay there. Don't drive and look at your app. Look at the app sitting and look at your flight schedule. How many flights have come in or about to come in? So for me, the rule of thumb for me, if 3 flights have just landed or about to land, I'm gonna wait. It's worth the wait. And then I can do it. And sometimes it's like 9. And then I know I'm gonna get a ride, especially if I can check the queue and I look at the Lyft passenger app and see how many drivers are sitting around waiting. Awesome, okay? So be strategic with that. Don't wait around, because you can sit there for 30 minutes and waste time, and that's destroying your hourly average. Be strategic and only stay there when that's happening. Also, maybe you're sitting at home and you're like, oh, I need to get some pickups, and look at the flight schedule. If you know that there's about 10 flights that are about to come in 30 minutes, head to the airport. You can get a good ride, and more often than not, those rides are gonna be long and profitable. So maximize the airport and don't be a victim of it.